Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Amra and this is Amra's Beauty Blog. I'm a freelance makeup artist with a passion for all things beauty. If you're a subscriber, then a welcome return. If you like this video, then please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell for weekly uploads. So we are moving into the next part of the Pat McGrath part 3 of the collection that I'm filming today. This is the 2 items that I'm going to show you, as well as one of the mascaras from the holiday collection. And I thought today I would show you the more cooler look because I've got my blue on and I thought this would match really well with this particular palette. Now the palette that I'm going to show you today is the Bijoux Brilliance eyeshadow palette. It's one of her quints and it's in the Lunar Nightshade. I've done a sort of neutral shade review with her previous palette that I looked at, so I thought let's look at a cooler shade. Comes in the cardboard packaging, but it also has an indication as to what the colour is inside, and for this one it's got lots of blues around the ribbon, which suggests it's going to be more of a cooler shade. So these are the shades, so let me show you this in a little bit more detail. As well as that, I'm going to pull off this lovely piece of plastic which protects it, and let's take a look. So here are the cooler shades. This one is called Platinum Moonlight, Midnight Iris, Pale Amethyst, which is this one in the middle. You've got Noir Nebula, and then you've got Neptunian Orchid. Don't you just love the names? They're just such beautiful sort of corresponding names. Again, this is a 4-gram product in terms of what you get in here, and it's made in Italy. 12-month shelf life, made with recycled paperboard and wrapped in FSC certified paper. So let's do a quick swatch and I'll show you what this looks like. Okay, so we will start from the lightest shade moving towards the darkest shade. So let's swatch together now. We're going to start off with this one first. So as I mentioned, this one is called Platinum Moonlight. So let's see how this looks. It was very creamy. Gorgeous. Then we're going to move into the next shade here. This is more of a matte shade, but creamy. So that's Midnight Iris. Then we're moving on to the middle shade here. This is going to be like a sort of duochrome. This is the shade Pale Amethyst. So let's see how this swatches. Oh, that's pretty. And then we're going to go into this shade here, which is, oh, this gorgeous shade here. This one's called Noir Nebula. Wowzers. Wow, isn't that gorgeous, that shade? And then finally, we're going to go into this final shade here. So this one is called Neptunian Orchid, which is this shade at the bottom. I'm just going to swatch that now. Wow. Aren't they just gorgeous shades? This is the colour Midnight Iris, and I'm going to put that on as a base because it's in that matte formula. I'm going to try and sheer it out. That does kind of work actually. So just kind of use that as a base shade. So I'm going to take this shade, Noir Nebula, and what I'm going to do is just put that on the outer V. Just to give that some depth. And then I think I'm going to take this blue shade here because I'm really excited about this one. This one is the Neptunian Orchid shade. I'm going to use my fingers and go into this formula because it has this sort of almost bluey grey look to it. So I'm just going to put that on the part of my eye which is like the middle section like so. Just over that part. It's blending really well together, the two shades. And then what I might do is take my finger again and go into that sort of darker shade, which is the one that I used next to it, that I darkened it with, so Noir Nebula. And I'm just going to put that on the outer part, but use my finger to just intensify the colour. Just to get the socket a little bit more darker on the outer V part. So those two have blended in beautifully, and you've got that sort of purpley colour at the back. So what I'm going to do now is get another brush, and I'm going to put some of that purple just under there. I'm going to take that purple shade again, which is that Midnight Iris shade. I love this brush just for detailing. Taking it under the eye like so. And then I'm going to try just to take some of that purple and just put it on the outer part a bit and just blend it. I've got my Sonia G brush, and I'm just going to take that same purple, got a little bit there, and I'm just going to add it just around the outside. Just to intensify the outside a bit. Oh, this is very cool. Even just bringing it out a tad like that, just to kind of elongate the eye a little bit. This will make a really lovely going out evening look, because I think the colours lean towards an evening look. You see how I've just dragged that out a little bit just to elongate the eye. I'm just going to go a tad bit more here, and then a tad bit more here. Really got this sort of space girl look. I kind of like that. And now we're going to try these shades, which are really hopefully going to pop. So I like to try this middle one, Pale Amethyst, because I like the sort of reflective element that it has. I've got my Hydra-Foundation brush, which I like to use for detail. Just going in with my brush into that Pale Amethyst shade. Just see if I can add that to it. I feel like I might even need to go into the other one because this is not popping as much. So I'm going to go with this top shade, which is called Platinum Moonlight. Let's try this because I think it's going to pop. Yeah, this is better. So I've just taken the two shades, blended it out a bit, but you can see it pops more using this shade here. So I've got my little bit of pop there, and then I'm going to take the same shade, just put it on my brow bone just there, and then my Cupid's bow, and then I'm going to just add that in. I'm going to use my fingers again for this one. This is the Pale Amethyst shade. I feel like this is going to create a bit more drama, so I might just tap it a little bit on top of the blue shade just to give it a little bit more fun. So I've got like all of the shades on, and it's just kind of opened it up a little bit more. So I'm going to go away now. I'm going to add some mascara, some brow, some liner, and then we're going to do the brush, the bronzer, and the highlighter. So I've just gone away and I've added some brow, some mascara, and I'm just going to add this mascara that Pat's also launched from a holiday collection, and then I'm going to add some liner, and then we're going to go into the blush, the bronzer, and the highlighter. This is called Azure Allure, which has got this blue sort of tint to it. If you look at the bottom, you'll see the blue colour, and I thought put the black on again, and then I'll just put this on the tips. So I'll just show you how this looks. So this is more of a light blue shade. Very, very cool. You can see the blue on the tips. Okay, so I've just gone away, I've added some liner as well now, and I'm going to show you the other palette that I got, which was the Divine Blush and Bronze and Glow Trio in Fleurever Nude. So I went with this one for this look because I thought it would go really well together. So I'm just going to open it up for you. It comes in this cardboard packaging. Again, it has the protector on the mirror, which I will pull off. And then these are the 3 shades. Now I went with this one for this look because it's a little bit more cooler in tone. It has the shade Nude Honey, Naked Peony and Opal Allure. So these are the shades. I will also let you know if this is a dupe. I don't recognise it, but this may be one she already has. Naked Peony I will also let you know about, and Opal Allure as well. So let's do a quick swatch. We'll start off with the first shade, which is called Nude Honey. So let's swatch that. So this is Nude Honey. A bit more cooler in tone than the previous shade I did in the previous video. This one is the blush. This is in Naked Peony. A bit more sort of lighter in tone, more pinkier. So this is the swatch for Naked Peony. And then finally, this is the swatch for the highlighter shade, and this one is a lot lighter than the previous one. This one's called Opal Allure. This is what it looks like. A lot lighter in colour. Again, I really like the fact this has a mirror. It's a nice size mirror as well, so I can use this to apply the product. So we're going to start off with the first shade. I'm going to use my Sonia G brush. This one is the colour Nude Honey, so let's see how this looks. Definitely a bit more natural on my skin tone, quite similar, but you can still see that it's there. Cooler in tone. And now I'm going to go in with the blush, and this is this sort of more pinkier blush. This one again is called Naked Peony. So I'm just going to put it on the apples of my cheeks. Again, you can see already it's more of a pinkier tone. I do like the finish of these. They're very finely milled. It's adding that warmth, but doing it in a very kind of cooler way with the pink tone there. Lovely. And then finally, we're going to try out this highlighter shade. This is the Opal Allure colour. Finally, we're going to try this, Opal Allure. This one is definitely more lighter, so I'm imagining that there's a bit of kickback there, but I'm imagining it's going to look really fair on me. Oh yeah, you can see that there. It's definitely got a cool tone to it. It's quite almost pink almost when you put it on, with a kind of opal colour going on. It's really nice actually, very wintry. Definitely feel like an ice queen today. I'm going to go and get a lipstick and I will be back shortly. So this is the look so far. I really love this sort of ice queen kind of look. It's really, really wintry. And I thought let's try it with the Satin Allure from Pat. And it's the shade Veiled Rose. Now, I love the way when Pat launched these that you could tell which one was more cooler by the colour. So this is more on the cool tone side. This is the shade, so it's called Veiled Rose. So I'm just going to use my mirror and apply it. Oh, that's pretty. So it's definitely going for that Ice Queen vibe look. Veiled Rose. And this is the eye look with the highlighter, the blush and the bronzer. As well as the mascara, completely forgot. This is AZURE ALLURE. So that is the next video done. I wanted to show you this particular bit. I hope you enjoyed this. I've really enjoyed this look. It's a lot more cooler than I would normally do, but I do love cool tone makeup, as you probably know, as well as the warm tone that really suits my complexion. I think, as I said in the past, I sit on that neutral ground when it comes to my skin tone, so I can kind of get away with cool toned and warm toned makeup, which I have so much fun doing. So hope you enjoyed this. I really love this. This is a bit more different than the other quints that Pat brought out, the other video that I did with the more neutral shades. This is definitely more kind of cool toned, as I mentioned. It's a different look. I like the pairing that I've done because I think that this palette is, although a little bit more cooler in tone in terms of the blush, the bronzer and the highlighter, they go really well together, and it complements Pat's Satin Allure shades that I bought recently as well. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please don't forget to let me know your comments. Have you picked this up? Will you be picking it up? Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.